We had started this drive from Porcupine Rim, but this has been with bicyclers, as you can see, and we're pretty impressed with all the people on the bicycles doing this trails. No way I could ride a bicycle up there. The elevations alone would take me out, let alone having to go up and down hills. But since we're in Moab, we had to do a little bit of fins and things. So we do part of one trail, and it's rated about a 5 or 6. Um, for the most part, this trail was not bad. The I know that the fins are what they consider the rocks, like the rock you see there coming out. That's a fin. And if it's wet, they say it gets really slick, and they're called slick rocks. But when it's dry, you don't. There's no problem with it being slippery or any problems. I will say you are kind of up on a mound, and you're tipping to the right, tipping to the left. You're a little bit off camber. Um, so yeah, that's really an odd feeling for us. I will say this, the Pioneer is not a rock crawling machine, and it did really well considering that that's not how it's designed to do. It's a good overall um, machine, but it's not a race machine. It's not a rock crawling machine. It's just a good overall machine. Some of the things I wish that we had known was the Talon has a lot more suspension, and the Talon has bucket seats and the 5-point harnesses, which would have been nice about there on this trail. And because you're sitting on a bench seat and you've just got a standard seat belt, you don't feel like you're down in it. You kind of feel like you're sitting in a box on top of the mountain. And I think I would have felt more comfortable in something that I kind of felt sitting down with and strapped in well. In the Pioneer, it doesn't feel as sturdy as I think some of the others would. But with that said, we didn't really have any problems. It just worked like the machine that it is, and we we love our Pioneer. It's done a wonderful job. I think in the future we may have to do a little updating, but for now, the Pioneer does a great job for us, and we were able to get over these obstacles, and it was a fun trail. And it gave us a little bit of an experience with the slick rocks and with the mountain rocks here in Moab, because we have not done that before. We have rode the Paiute Trail in Utah, and we've rode in Colorado, some of the rocky trails, and New Mexico, and Ozarks, and Hatfields, and a bunch of different places, but we have not done this kind of trail riding. We've been to Moab in the Jeep, but we have not been to Moab on the side by side before. So it was a fun experience, and this is rated, I think I said a 5 or 6, and I feel very comfortable with the Pioneer doing a 5 or 6 on this. But if you've got a Pioneer or whatever machine you have, if you've been to Moab, if you've done fins and things, tell me what you think. Was I more panicked than I needed to be, or but it is hard when you're riding by yourself. You're trying to be very, very careful, but most of the trail was fairly easy. It was not any problem. There's just a couple spots that made me nervous. Vic handled it like a champ. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Most of the trails for fins and things, and most of this trail was fairly easy. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple spots that made me my little heart go pitter patter. And this is one of them. It's not that steep, but it twists and you kind of turn. You can see the fenders on the side by side. The camera keeps everything really balanced, so it's hard to see the angles you're at. But you're going up and twisting at an angle, and I'm not gonna lie, it made me a little nervous. But the rocks are very sticky, and we did not slip at all. And it really was not nearly as bad as I envisioned when I looked at it. And so Vic just kind of creeped on up it. But after that, we come to the next one. It said easy or hard, and I voted for easy, and Vic let me win that argument. He really wanted to go up the harder one, but yeah, my perseverance won because I did because the thing is, we just didn't know how steep it is, and with it just being us there, and we did not have anybody else that was familiar with the trail or that could spot or that was there to help if we had a problem. Since we're riding, we don't have anybody else we're riding with. It makes it you have to be a little bit more cautious. So we opted for the easier option here.
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by yourself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway, pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry, I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was like coming home. We were making our way through the town, yeah, never really wanted the night to end. And I was wishing you'd stick around, still I was thinking that we were just friends. Had we met before, instant chemistry, I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was like coming home. It felt like coming home. Had we met before, instant chemistry. It took me a while to realize that you were the missing piece. It didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was like coming home. Yeah, it felt like coming home. I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by herself on a Saturday night.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining on her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing with me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She can let her hair down, but got her feet on the ground. I can't get enough of her. She can drive me so wild, just with that sweet smile, and there's nobody else for me. My heart starts racing every time I'm looking at her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing to me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. Guitar. Yeah. All right. Wouldn't lie to you. Doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. Ha. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country.
We stopped and we're watching these ladies attempt this. There was two options you could do. There's to the right or to the left. The right one looked harder, and that's what these girls were doing. I think they would have made it had they been in four-wheel drive. You can see that just their back wheels start spinning, and if they had been in four-wheel drive, I think they would have made it up. But they started spinning and they slipped sideways and back down. We See right there, they kind of slipped sideways and then kind of went back down. I think if they had been in four-wheel drive, I think they would have made it, or either, yeah. That we're not rock crawlers, so I don't know. But we looked at it, and Vic pulled up, and I think if we were in a Talon or a vehicle that had a lower profile, like even theirs, where you have the good harnesses and you're kind of sitting down in the seat. The problem on the Pioneer is it's a bench seat. You've got a regular car seat belt, and I just don't feel like you're down in it. So it feels very like it doesn't feel like it's supposed to be climbing up these hills. So, or at least that's how I felt. And Vic kind of said the same thing. He said, really, a Talon would have given you better stability there. So he agreed to, in our case, I think it would have made it. We kind of stopped there. I think he could have done it, but we just decided to go the other route. There's no sense in someone getting hurt. And when we're not experienced on these, or I'm not experienced on these, and Vic isn't either. Like I said, we're from Florida. So we decided to spend another day and fight for another day. So we went around it. There was 2 routes, and the one said the one to the right's an alternate, and I thought the other one, this route looked easier. After we get up here, I kind of start questioning my judgment, and I think if we'd have just done that one to the right, I think we'd have went up and over it and kind of not had all the other obstacles. I think this one was longer and had a lot more obstacles. Obviously, we made it and it was fine, but sometimes you're trying to do, you overthink it too much, and maybe the other way would have been the better way. But we made it through this, and it was a fun experience for us. We gained a lot of knowledge about how our side-by-side works and our comfort level, and this is rated like a 5 or a 6, and I feel comfortable doing that. I think that was fine. I don't think that was anything beyond our skill set or our capability of our machine. I think anything higher than that, our machine just isn't built for. I think this is kind of at limits of what we can do with it. But it was a fun ride and a fun day. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It gives you a little idea of what we did. And if you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And we will see you down the road. I am going to finish out this video and show you the rest of this trail. And then us leaving, a little bit of us leaving the area, so you kind of get an idea of what the area is if you haven't ever been here.
see where she's going, but I hope it's near. Life ain't what it seems.
Thanks for watching.
There's still a part of me that's trying